Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a truly haunting and captivating slice of history, one that takes us back to the brutal battlefields and makeshift hospitals of the American Civil War. We are going to talk about a woman whose job was to bring a glimmer of comfort to dying soldiers, a nurse whose experiences led her to a chilling, recurring discovery that would forever etch itself into her memory. Imagine this: the year is 1863. The Civil War rages, tearing the nation apart. Hospitals are overflowing, doctors are overwhelmed, and the air is thick with the scent of fear, pain, and desperation. In this chaotic, grim reality, a brave woman steps forward. Her name was Elizabeth Blackwell, not the famous Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell, but another remarkable woman, a lesser known but equally impactful figure who served as a nurse, a guardian of souls in their final moments. Elizabeth was one of countless women who answered the call to duty, leaving behind their comfortable lives to tend to the wounded and dying. Her compassion was boundless, her resolve unshakable. She moved through the crowded wards, a beacon of solace, offering kind words, a cool cloth, a sip of water, or simply a hand to hold. For many of these young men, far from home and family, Elizabeth was the last friendly face they would ever see. Her particular role often involved assisting soldiers in writing their last letters home, scribbling final words to loved ones, or perhaps dictating their will. But sometimes, when their strength was failing, or the pain too great, they could only manage a single word, scrawled weakly on a scrap of paper, or whispered on their last breath. And it was these single words that began to form a pattern, a chilling, persistent echo that Elizabeth couldn't ignore. She noticed it first with a young Union corporal, no older than 18, his face pale, his breath shallow. He gripped her hand, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and acceptance. With immense effort, he scratched one word onto a small slate. Then, with a sigh, he was gone. Days later, another soldier, a grizzled Confederate sergeant, too weak to speak, motioned for a pen. He painstakingly wrote the same single word, his hand trembling, before succumbing to his wounds, and it kept happening. Time and time again, as these brave men faced their ultimate end, whether from a bullet wound, disease, or amputation, many of them, in their last conscious moments, would write or whisper this one specific, unnerving word. Elizabeth began to collect these fragments, these final messages, not out of morbid curiosity, but out of a profound sense of respect for these men and a deep desire to understand. She saw it as her sacred duty to bear witness. This wasn't a word of regret, nor of anger, nor even of fear, as one might expect. It wasn't mother or home or love, though those sentiments were certainly present in their hearts, expressed in longer letters. No, this word was different. It was something more primal, more universal, yet deeply personal to each dying man. Over weeks, then months, Elizabeth's collection grew. Scraps of paper, tattered envelopes, even the margins of Bible pages all bore this same cryptic inscription. It became a solemn ritual for her, a quiet acknowledgement of the profound mystery of life and death unfolding before her eyes. Each time she saw it, a shiver would run down her spine, not of terror, but of profound sadness and an almost spiritual recognition. What was this word? What did it signify? Was it a plea, a warning, a memory, or a revelation? This isn't just a story about a word. It's a window into the human spirit facing its most challenging moment. It speaks to the core of what we hold dear, what occupies our thoughts when all else fades away. The soldiers came from all walks of life: farmers, clerks, students, laborers. They fought for different causes, wore different uniforms, but in their final moments, many of them shared this singular, profound communication. It transcended the conflict, transcended their allegiances, speaking to a deeper, shared human experience. Elizabeth, in her memoirs, described the impact these recurring messages had on her. It changed her understanding of suffering, of hope, and of what truly matters in the face of eternity. She often wondered if it was a common human instinct, a final yearning, or perhaps something more profound, something tied to their individual lives and the specific context of their deaths. The word she consistently found, written or whispered by these dying soldiers, was wait, wait. Think about that for a moment. Not help, not mercy, not even farewell in the traditional sense, but wait. What could it mean? Why this particular word? Elizabeth grappled with it for years. She observed how some soldiers wrote it with urgency, almost like a command; others with a quiet resignation, as if acknowledging an inevitable delay; still others with a hint of longing, a plea for something or someone to hold on. Could it be a plea to death itself? Wait, I'm not ready. Or wait, I have something more to say, something more to do. Perhaps it was a message to their loved ones back home: wait for me, or wait for my memory to guide you, or maybe wait for the war to end, a desperate hope for a future they wouldn't see. Consider the psychological impact of war, the suddenness of death, the unfulfilled lives. Many of these young men were torn from their families, their dreams, their futures. Wait could be a desperate attempt to grasp at the fleeting seconds, to delay the inevitable, to give themselves just a little more time to process, to accept, or to remember. Elizabeth also speculated that for some, it might have been an echo of a promise made, a final whisper to a comrade, a lover, or a parent: wait for me at the crossroads, or wait until I return. A broken promise, a shattered hope, manifesting in that single poignant word. This chilling repetition, wait, offers a unique and heartbreaking insight into the inner world of those who died on the battlefields of the Civil War. It's a testament to the fact that even in the ultimate surrender, there can be a profound, unspoken yearning, a final flicker of human spirit reaching out. Elizabeth Blackwell continued her nursing duties with unwavering dedication, carrying the weight and wisdom of those whispered words with her. She understood that her role was not just to tend to bodies, but to acknowledge souls, to witness their final moments, and to honor their last messages. However cryptic her story, and the mystery of that one chilling word, reminds us of the immense human cost of war, the personal tragedies behind the grand narratives. It urges us to consider the unsaid, the unspoken hopes and fears that dwell within us all, especially when faced with the ultimate frontier. So next time you reflect on history, remember Elizabeth Blackwell and the profound, haunting message of wait. It's a powerful reminder of the enduring human spirit, even in its most fragile state. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey into a fascinating and deeply moving piece of history. If you found this story as compelling as I did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more historical deep dives, and let me know your thoughts on what wait might have meant in the comments below. Your engagement truly helps this channel grow. Until next time, stay curious.